We're live. No countdown. We're just live. I did no countdown. I did nothing. I just hit the button. We'll add some digital effects right here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, fade in, and we're live.
So what?
We gotta get you like a fucking screen there, bud.
What are you talking about?
Or is that your screen? Is that a green screen and those are not real cars behind you?
You don't like it? I did hang up my puzzle tonight. Right there. There was a puzzle that we... it's like 3 guys, Marine Corps, dressed blue. They're handing over a flag about it like a gas station. There's a 1,000-piece puzzle. And like I put it this, and I bought a frame for it. And it's above the door going into the house, so it's like, you know, abandon all hope, ye that enter here. Yeah, we are not sponsored by Old Milwaukee, by the way.
Which brings me to my next point, kids. Don't do drugs.
But yeah, so I'm trying to you know, decorate the...
I don't know, move into your house that you've lived in for months now.
Hey, it takes time, man. It takes time.
Yeah. You actually use your garage. Kudos to you. Mine's filled with crap.
See, I'm trying to eliminate that.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That's fair. You can see my ring light in my glass. That's nice.
It's been in other videos. It's fine.
It's fine. This is fine. This is known, Khaleesi.
It's the what's his name? What was that robot off that one movie had that he looked like he had them eyes like that. Everybody cried. He ended up dying.
Sure.
I have no idea. But anyway.
I think this is going to be a lonely stream for us, my friend. It's late on a Thursday. We've got no friends.
No friends.
It's like my junior year in high school. It's just me, myself, my tears, and
what?
Speaking of
the
big hit. That's what I was going to say.
Speaking of straight jacking,
Maybe all that drama, all that cream.
I wanted something with lanolin. You miss aloe vera bullshit.
I think you're misquoting that. Hopefully on purpose.
Is it it's lanolin?
Lanolin? Sheep's wool. I think it's sheep's wool.
No, what he asked for is sitting there at that.
I'm quoting a different movie. Lanolin? Sheep's wool?
So anyway, the big hit, 1998. 1998. Let's
what
go.
A year.
Can we go back to that? Can we go back to that?
Let me tell you, I had my backwards Yankee cap because Fred Durst did. Right?
You got to break stuff every once in a while.
Was it? I think that was pre-break stuff. I think that was $3 bill, yeah.
Oh yeah, probably would have been. Yeah, early aughts was break stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And the nookie.
Yeah, and the nookie. Yep.
It's another term for a cookie for our younger viewers. Chips Ahoy cookie.
Yeah.
And that's a soda. Casey's drinking a cream soda. The pale ale. That's what Casey likes. The big hit,
No, I don't. Big Hit was a cult classic. Well, it's become a cult classic.
Yes, it was not a cult classic when it came out.
No, it was not a very successful movie.
It was not a successful movie.
But you had a lot of big name people in there. For the time.
It was it was a well-rounded cast. I think they were trying to capitalize on that. That was the genre film of the late 90s, right? Because you had like Exit Wounds, you had what was the other ones that like DMX and Seagal did? There was a couple of them.
That was Exit Wounds.
Well, there was another one too. Didn't they do another one?
No, they did one later on, right before.
Or was it? It was DMX and Jet Li. I'm sorry, with Aaliyah.
Oh yeah.
With Aaliyah.
Play It to the Bone.
Play It to the Bone. That was Antonio Banderas and
Woody Harrelson.
And Meg
Great
Ryan.
movie, by the way. Great movie.
Great movie.
No, it wasn't Meg Ryan. It was that one gal that's she was a very side character, but she was a redhead, very spirited. But it was that's right.
I remember the two of them.
Yeah. We'll come back to Play It to the Bone. But if you haven't seen Play It to the Bone,
worth the watch.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, this Big Hit was in the vein of Exit Wounds and remember Dog,
the Bounty
the
Hunter?
Jet Li movie where he's got the collar on.
Oh no, it was Unleashed.
Unleashed, yeah. The guy calls him my dog.
Yeah. That was Bob Hopkins.
Bob Hoskins?
Hoskins.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman was in that movie.
Yeah. And then you had War with Jason Statham and Jet Li. Jet Li was all the rage in the late 90s.
Yeah, he was in the late 90s, early 2000s.
But
the one. Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one too. But this one kind of capitalized. You had an all-star cast. You had old Mark Whaleburgers there.
Yeah.
And La Bamba himself. Lou Dimond Phillipshead.
Yeah.
And everybody.
Christina's, smoke show.
I know she's she's got some health issues now. She was just at the Emmys. First public appearance.
Yeah, health issues.
Yeah.
Huh.
But this was an A+ performance for her.
Yeah, it was. Compared to what she's been in, it was like, what's that one where she was in with?
Don't Tell the Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
No.
Sweetest Thing.
Yeah, Sweetest Thing. Is that the one with her and
Selma Blair?
Yeah, and
Jason Lee.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Oh, that's the one where they are all with the same guy?
No, like they go out on like some girls' retreat or like bachelorette party. Right, it was her, Selma Blair, and Cameron Diaz is actually the lead. Thomas Jane's in it. Yeah.
Is it Thomas Jane?
Yeah, he's the hot guy, middle-aged guy at the bar.
Okay, I'll take your word on it. I don't remember him in that one.
But yeah, so it does have Christina Applegate in it. It also has what's his name from, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but the casino owner from Ocean's series.
Elliot Gould.
Elliot Gould. He plays he's the father of Christina Applegate.
Yeah.
They're Jewish. Jewish. And so the big thing is, wow, we can get into the synopsis real quick. Let's get into the synopsis.
Well, hold on, before you undercut two of the other really great characters, Bokeem Woodbine. Who we absolutely loved in
The Rock.
Because
he's got a small part in The Rock, but
he carries like no other soldier. Marine. What was he in that? We don't know.
He was a gunnery sergeant.
Was he a gunny? Even though he's like 5? And he was the one that didn't even have his weapon shouldered whatsoever there.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. And then
we just watched that the other night.
Who played Vince, but he was great.
But you might know Bokeem Woodbine for he's the first sergeant from Overlord. He was in Overlord.
I don't know that that's where I would know Bokeem from, but
well, I mean,
I really think this is
he's in a lot of stuff. Oh, Old Dads, the new one with Bill Burr's Old Dads.
Okay,
he's in that. That's Bokeem Woodbine.
Sure, there you go.
But so it's like the synopsis of this whole movie is these are a group of hitmen. They go do this first job in the beginning of the movie, and Mark Wahlberg's character, who is it's like Smiley,
Melvin Smiley,
Mel Smile, Mel, I got you. So they go do this hit, and he does all the work. And so the bonus is killing the guy that actually is the hit for. So he gets robbed out of the bonus.
Because he's the nicest guy, right?
Yeah, he is the nicest guy. So he's got a woman that's his fiance, which is Christina Applegate.
Yep.
And he's got a side chick. I can't remember her name is, but she's basically just using him to get all his money.
Layla Roshan.
Yeah.
She was in a lot of late 90s movies. She was gorgeous.
So throughout this whole thing, he needs more money, so he goes in on a side gig with Lou Diamond Phillips, who plays Cisco, who is kind of the, I guess he would be
he's the protagonist,
head guy
of
this whole operation, though, with Paris, who is played by Avery Brooks? Yeah. Yep. So they all work for the House of Paris.
Yep.
And so they go and do this kidnapping thing, which is unsanctioned. And the way the luck turns out is they end up kidnapping the goddaughter of Avery Brooks.
Ooh.
And all hell breaks loose. And then Lou Diamond Phillips is called to head up the search for this kidnapped girl, which Lou Diamond Phillips, Cisco, was the one that organized the whole thing to begin with. And so he ends up, it's a big, I don't know, it's kind of like a melon, what would you call it? Because like, even at the end of the movie, it's not like it's like it's business, and until it's not. Like even when. So anyway, throughout the process of the movie, Mark Wahlberg and
what are you talking about, Case?
It's like Stockholm syndrome.
Okay.
She ends up falling in love. They end up liking each other because of all this shit.
It's the transporter.
Yeah, it's kind of, but like Mark Wahlberg's got a lot of Maylocks in his cabinets. He's got
Mylocks.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of. He's
right?
like, because all the stress from all his life. And his thing is that he can't bear the thought of anyone not liking him.
Hey, you know, Mel, all those people's families that you killed probably don't like you too much.
They're probably not too funny. So he's got this complex because he's trying to keep multiple women happy. Mm-hmm. He's just this nice guy. He's always talking like this, you know. This is back when before Mark Wahlberg became like actually who we know as Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I just want to pet the animals.
Yeah, so he's sir, can I get you something? Sir,
yeah, you know, Melvin, I saw some rum in there. I'd really like some.
Yeah.
Some of that.
Don't give Dad a drink. He's like, oh, sorry. You know, he's always, you know, and this is back when probably Mark was coming off of like his Calvin Klein shit.
Well, yeah, this is right after Fear, wasn't it?
What did Fear come out before this?
Oh, I think Fear was his first acting gig. Yeah, I would have to say so. Let's IMDb check.
And it's not that Mark Wahlberg is a bad actor.
No,
he's not a bad actor. He's got his moments when he shines. There's a lot of times when Mark Whaleburgers is just playing Mark Whaleburg. But The Departed, he did really good in The Departed.
Oh, he was fantastic in that.
But I mean, he was more of a backing role. But it's a Martin Scorsese film. Yeah. Would Mark Wahlberg be like, no, I don't want to be in a Martin Scorsese?
Like, maybe yes, maybe no, maybe fuck you.
I like to keep my
actually.
I like to keep my feds like I keep my mushrooms.
The big hit came out right after Boogie Nights, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. Now I would have to imagine he filmed the big hit before Boogie Nights,
or while.
Or during, yeah, because I couldn't.
I mean, because like you look at Big Hit, it's not like it's a lot of film production. They dyed his hair.
Yeah, Boogie Nights was definitely a more of a breakthrough acting performance for him.
Well, right, Dick Diggler, Kirk Diggler.
It was also much more substantial content, so maybe that would be part of it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I digress. Proceed with the synopsis.
So. He's trying to hide. It's like a lot of slapstick goes on. But then, obviously, Lou Diamond Phillips ends up double-crossing just to save his own ass. And, like, stuff ends up at his house, turns into a big gunfight. Then shit gets just completely off the rails. And there's this underlying thing that leads to the end, where the end scene is happen. And I mean, like, put together wise, all these little pieces, like, it actually worked out pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, there was some really great little undercurrent story arcs that were happening that made for a really funny.
Well, and all of it between his dynamic with his women,
yes,
and him being like what's her name said, well, she hasn't been in a lot since the big hit, I don't think.
The girl that played Chantel?
Yeah, the captured. Yeah.
Or
she's like you're whipped. Yeah, she's like you're whipped.
Yeah. I don't think she's been in anything actually.
But so basically Mark Wahlberg's character is whipped by these two women.
Mm-hmm.
Because he can't not have somebody like him. And then slowly through Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, wait, wrong. He's been in a couple things. Sorry.
Him and the kidnappee become in love.
Entangled.
Yeah. But the underlying thing is about the movie guy who's like, Melvin Smiley.
You had King Kong Lives.
King Kong Lives out for
2 weeks. If you don't bring it back, I will kill you.
Oh, what that little girl? You want to watch King Kong Lives?
Well, you can't.
Because Melvin
Smiley has it.
It's like the movie ends at this movie rental place, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
It's not rewound.
It's gonna trust you. No, so like it's a great cult classic thing. If you haven't watched it, watch it just for something to do. But like,
so
I don't know if you'd actually call this a Mark Wahlberg movie.
No, it's an ensemble piece.
It is an ensemble piece, but I think the guy that takes the cake in the whole situation is Lou Diamond Phillips.
He definitely shines.
Like when we were watching it, it was me and my wife, and she was cracking up at like everything that Lou Diamond Phillips was doing.
So I went back and I was trying to find, just any facts about the movie that are out there there's not really a director's commentary that I could find. There's not like a lot of behind the scenes stuff. This was before you really got like the fully packed Blu-ray disc that had all the behind the scenes stuff that you get now, right?
Yeah.
So I remember I bought this while I was, still in high school from Hollywood Video on VHS. So,
Oh yeah.
right. So, and it was one of my favorites growing up because it was just over the top. You had these crazy, high intensity set action pieces, right? Like they're running through a forest and there's a car smashing through trees. They've got a Camaro. Corvette.
That thing was indestructible.
Sitting on top of a tree branch off of a cliff. That is an integral set piece that comes into play
later on.
So
like the payoffs, setups and payoffs.
Yeah. Schrodinger's gun.
It was good storytelling. It was.
But all this crazy stuff's happening, and you're like, how the fuck did we get here? We have this giant race through the woods in front of a video store, and the whole set piece he's chasing down King Kong Lives to return it to the video store while he's almost getting run down.
Well, especially when he shows up finally, it looks like he just got ran through a meat grinder.
Right.
He's like, here's your tape. Like that was his.
Well, the guy's face, he looks at him, and then he looks at the sign, and it's Most Wanted, Melvin Smiley. Great moment.
And that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of it, they kind of came off the rails, but I knew it was coming just from that first opening sequence when they're all dressed up as construction workers.
It was like the Prodigy came on when he was in that opening hit, and it's like boom, 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 boom.
Well, yeah, and he's doing like these jump backwards. He's got his legs up like he's riding a skateboard and he's shooting people.
Yeah. He's got.
And I'm just like
the long jorts on.
Yeah, I'm like, what the? This is definitely late 90s.
Oh yeah.
This is pre.
He needed rollerblades. Is the only thing he was missing. A pair of rollerblades, and we're prime 90s.
Oh yeah.
So a surge in there.
Like you can go into the substance of like maybe Hollywood had no idea because there hadn't been anything since the Persian Gulf that lasted for. Yeah. So like military wise or like tactics, they're just like, yeah, whatever.
This looks fucking cool.
Just make them look cool.
Hey, let's have him jump off the stair banister on bungees, right? He's gonna be bouncing and just popping motherfuckers.
Bring that girl in here with the hard ass. I want to snort a line.
The one with the flat ass, the one with the bubble butt. It rolls out. I don't like that. But yeah, so I did find one interview with Lou Diamond Phillips where he was interviewed by a woman from Texas, so a Texas native interviewing another Texas native, and she was commenting about the tooth, and I guess he had that permanently implanted for the 6 weeks while they filmed the movie. And
really?
Yeah. So that gold cap he wore was legit, and he forgot he had it out, and he would go to dinner and be like, "Yeah, I'll have the veal," and he's, or whatever he's ordering. But in Hollywood, so that was hilarious because he looked absolutely ridiculous with that thing in. And
but his over the topness on that movie, I was like,
and
I bust some caps.
I bust some caps. You can have my boat.
Is that nothing but love, Mel?
And all four of those guys, Bokeem, Antonio, Lou Diamond, and Mark, were just ripped up. Great shape. And how funny was it that they were all dressed? They looked like they were showing up for Men at Work, the movie with Emilio Estevez and Charlie.
You talking about the
first
scene? Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, they look like they're going to Men at Work, which is another movie about hitmen, or Navy SEALs or something like that. Like it was another bad action movie.
But it's only now being a married individual that, like, when I watch Bokeem Woodbine's character in that situation, I'm like, man, that guy's got some points. Okay, so Bokeem Woodbine's character, they play off it the whole entire movie, and it's classic. It's great. It's like all of a sudden you maybe forgot, but like it was a passing thing. No, they bring it back in your face. Like when he's at that bus terminal, he's got that deal. He's like, I want this shit with Lionel.
He's called Melvin to tell him to get out of town, right?
Yeah. But then he interrupts the whole phone call.
Yeah, he's turning on us, and the guy puts down a giant bottle of lotion as he's got a hand contraption to strengthen his grip. And he's like, I told you, lanolin. I don't want none of this aloe shit.
Aloe vera bullshit. Motherfucking goddamn, get your shit. But anyway, so his character, though, and they make fun of it the whole movie. He's like, oh, apparently.
He just found out about jerking off.
Crunch is his name.
Yeah.
Crunches gave up girls because since he found out the fucking ring in his rag. That's what Lou Dunfield says.
Yeah.
So his whole thing is like straight jacking would save you that trouble, man.
I've been fucking since I was 10.
It's freaking classic though.
Oh, it's
like
so
like
ridiculous.
you're just so like he's like calls him as like, dude, blah blah. He goes, man, straight jacking would save you that trouble. When he's talking about Mark Whaleburgers talking about all his girl troubles.
Hey man, can I borrow 25 G's?
Yeah, could I get 25 G's? He goes, yeah, come by the crib later. But he's first like, straight jacking would save you. And then the customer's like, yeah, come by the crib in like an hour. And then the customer's like, yeah, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And he's like running off with that porno tape in his hand.
And then later, they're fighting. Cisco and Melvin end up fighting in the video store.
Yeah.
And the number one customer is Crunch.
No, number one customer in the adult section is Crunch.
They
stop real quick and look at it. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, the music stops and everything. You're like,
yeah, you get the record scratch.
So it's like the movie. The movie is a serious time, but then sometimes it's just like, whatever. Well, who gives a shit?
They kidnap who they believe to be this millionaire businessman's daughter.
Yeah, they think he's rich.
Jiro Nishi is the businessman's name, only to find out he had gone broke because he
spent all his money on a movie. Yeah.
He always wanted to be in a Hollywood movie and spent his entire fortune on the movie. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. People do that all the time, but not everybody gives away 24-karat gold-plated movie posters. And then cut to the final scene of the movie, and they're in the movie.
That's what saves Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, they're in the movie store, and the jerk movie store owner, the most expensive movie poster ever made, and it's like a ornate 3D printed gold. Just it's insane.
Oh yeah.
And then the store explodes, and Mark Wahlberg's character is saved by this giant gold statue.
He's like, that thing was well built.
And life goes on. And then, of course, he gets the girl at the end. And happily ever after.
Some of the best lines in the whole movie are from Lou Diamond Phillips. When he's trying to make her read the ransom thing.
I specifically wanted to talk about the ransom note because I think for me that's the best 10 minutes of the movie. Gump may have had the best lines of the movie right there. The motherfucking.
No, I'm talking about when he's like,
Yeah, when he's
So
like,
you said read the ransom note, not
Yeah.
improv. He's like, what are you, Meryl fucking Streep?
the sexually,
He goes, improv the note.
the sexually perverse.
He's like, don't improv the note. Don't improv the note.
Dad, send the money or I'm dead. Perfect. Cut.
And he's like the busted. And he goes, he kept saying like
Trace
he's sitting there
Buster
eating Chinese food, and he's like, Trace. And he goes, that's my motherfucking word, player.
Yeah, between the ransom note and Gump and the Trace Busta Busta.
Oh yeah,
that was my favorite parts of the
yeah.
movie. But definitely worth the watch. It is a cheesy 90s action flick.
Yeah. Over the top action. Like none of it makes any sense.
Absolutely. It is a far cry from a cheesy 80s action movie in that you don't have Arnold Schwarzenegger killing everybody all at once.
Right.
There's actually not a lot of bloodshed. Surprisingly.
No, there ain't. I think it's PG-13. Is it R? It's R. I think it's R because they say motherfucker a lot. It's like, that's my motherfucking word.
Yeah, they curse a lot.
Yeah.
But a lot. But
I'll give you my boat.
I'll give you my
isn't
boat.
That love? Isn't that fucking love?
But again, well worth the watch if you want just like something fun and lighthearted that you don't have to think about and you just want to escape the world and all of its insanity for
it's
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well worth the watch, definitely. Or if you want to go back in time further and watch a bad 80s action movie, then go watch Men at Work, and there you go.
Or Big Trouble in Little China.
Or Big Trouble.
That's a call. That's a classic.
That's it.
So
you.
So hear me out. What if they redid this and Mark Whaleburger was Cisco?
Oh, that'd be great. Especially now.
Yeah, and then you have like Ryan Gosling or like Tom Holland or something be like Melvin Smiley. But Mark Wahlberg plays Cisco.
Yeah.
Much love, man. You know, he just over the tops it.
Or even have Mark Wahlberg be the Paris character, right? And then just bring in a whole batch of new kids.
I don't know. I think if you coax Mark Wahlberg into being over the top, like the other guys.
Like, I'm not saying he wouldn't be.
Yeah. Like he'd be the older. He's not old enough to be Paris, but he's old enough to be Lou Diamond Phillips' character.
How old is Mark Wahlberg?
Well, he's gotta be like in his 50s. Fuck, me and you were in our 40s.
Why do you gotta put us out like that, man? Born in 71.
He's older than my wife.
Are you gonna get stabbed in your sleep? What are you doing, man?
Nah, she can't hear. She's old.
What's that? Oh my goodness.
But no, so if you took like Ryan Gosling, like his character off like a gray man.
He's 52. He's younger than I thought. Good for him.
Wahlberg is?
Yeah.
Okay, so then how old's Ryan? Like, so if you put Ryan Gosling as Mark Wahlberg, I think that would be like a good dynamic.
Gosling's 43.
Yeah, so it'd be the perfect age separation where like Lou Diamond Phillips was the older, or older killer, and then Melvin was, so I think it'd be good.
Sure, why not?
And put Isaiah Washington or whatever. Denzel's kid in there is Bokeem Woodbine's straight jacket.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Get Andrew Garfield in there, or some young buck.
I fucking hate Andrew Garfield.
Of course you would.
Name one thing he's in was comedic.
Your mom.
Besides that.
That was easy.
I'm just saying, someone who's got a comedic presence that can be serious, like Ryan Gosling is like.
Yeah, I'm really looking to Fall Guy with looking forward to Fall Guy with him.
And he's got that. He's got that presence. Like you watch The Nice Guys, he's got that. You can be like, he's trying to be serious, but then like it's just so fucking comedic and off the rails that you're like, you just love the guy.
Yeah.
Even like Crazy Stupid Love, the one with Steve Carell, like Ryan Gosling.
I've never seen.
Huh?
What? What's that?
You did too. You said you watched it after our top 10 thing.
Yeah, totally did.
I feel some bullshit going on.
Totally watched it.
But no, yeah, check it out. It's,
what about Aaron Taylor Johnson?
He doesn't have the charisma. He didn't Bullet Train, but that's because he was acting off of Brad Pitt. But otherwise, I don't think he's got the charisma to be that. He doesn't have the charisma to be Melvin Smiley. Well, it's not like saying like Mark Whaleburgers was at that time like Ryan Gosling caliber.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like
at that time he wasn't Mark Wahlberg caliber.
But he did Boogie Nights before that. So
again,
maybe he was playing that whipped, degenerate male, where I think Ryan Gosling could pull that off and then be that stone cold killer at the same time. I mean, we've seen Drive, we've seen The Gray Man, which Drive is a bit extreme. Drive was a really good movie, and he was just stone cold the whole time. But have you ever watched the SNL like Close Encounters ones with Kate McKinnon and Ryan Gosling, where they get the 3 people in the room that they've been abducted by aliens?
Yeah. Yes. I don't know that I've seen him in them. I've definitely seen her in them. I love Kate McKinnon. I think she is a comedic genius, with the exception.
Get off it.
With the exception of her turn in the Ghostbusters movie, I thought she was.
She was good in Barbie.
I haven't seen that one yet, actually.
And Ryan Gosling's in it.
Yeah.
But me and the wife watched it, and there was parts of it where we're like, but no, watch the SNL ones where it's the Close Encounters with Ryan Gosling, though.
Okay.
Because she is so comedic that she makes Ryan Gosling sit there and do this, and like he's sitting there and break. Yeah. But they're hilarious because he's like, Yeah, I just got took it up by a white light. Like they're just.
That's weird that's what happened to you. That's nothing like what happened to me.
Yeah, and so she's just like, I got my
Hoo-ha.
my ham wallet stuffed by a meat rocket. You know,
Exactly.
she's just like vulgar as shit. Yeah.
Oh my God, so vulgar. So what are we gonna do next, there, Case? My guy. What do you want to talk about next?
I don't know. Just throw something out there. How about Overlord? Have you watched Overlord yet?
No, I haven't. I have not.
Oh, wrong with you? It's got Kurt Russell's son in it.
Oh, Wyatt Russell?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't think I'd know that?
They're actually together in the Monarch Files.
The Monarch Files?
It's only on Apple TV, so if you don't have Apple TV, you can't partake.
Nope.
But so
I didn't even get that to watch old Teddy Laszlo.
Oh, I thought it was good. Like I did some research on Wyatt Russell, and I was like, holy shit! And then I found out he was an Overlord. Bought it. Now I've watched it 3 times.
Wow, that's impressive. You know what we haven't done in a while?
What's that?
Any kind of a top 10.
Okay.
Stop.
Category, or do you want to do like a director?
I just said top 10. I did not specify.
So, like I just said, category or like a director? I mean, what do you want to do? Just throw it out there. Shoot, let me hear you. Shoot, let me hear you.
Shoot.
I got it, Frank. Frank Rizzo.
Frank Rizzo.
You got my name? R-I-Z-Z-O. I got it, Frank. I'd like to come down and help out with the phones. I like to help out with the phones, you know. You need some volunteer help down with the phones.
What did we do last? We did we do Tarantino last?
We didn't do any Tarantino. We had talked about it.
No, see, we do things you guys don't even know about.
Yeah.
And then we don't do them. Yeah. And then we just don't do them.
Yeah. Life
imitates art.
Finds a way.
You know what I texted you the other day when we were going to do this? And then we didn't. And then, yeah, good times.
Son of a bitch, he did it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, we could do a top 10 of whatever. I mean, either the viewers that we do have could pick, or we could just pick one. You could pick like Christopher Nolan. We could do a top 10 of Scorsese. We could do
Scorsese.
We could do a Spielberg top 10. We could do a. I mean, if you want to do like a director thing, or if we want to do like a specific actor.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. There's multiple things we could pick.
You know what we're not going to do?
We're
not going to let that wild man in Chicago pick. That was a mistake.
Hopper?
Yeah, Hopscotch McGotch.
He doesn't live in Chicago, though.
Well.
Oh, yeah. No, he does.
He's just outside.
Yeah, he moved. He used to be north of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Did you get after me because I didn't stop in and see him? Like, man, I'm moving. I'm going home.
I'm going home. We could also pick a decade.
We could. That's pretty broad, though.
Yeah. So's your ass. Zing! Zing!
Got him.
Gotti!
But we could. I mean, you could pick whatever you want. What do you
Top
want to
10
do?
Scooby-Doo movies.
Fuck off.
All right.
No, let's pick. You want to do a director?
Sure. We'll do a director.
Pick one then.
In the anus. Like Judd
You can't
Nelson.
pick anybody but David Fincher.
All right.
Because you can't pick top 5 David Finchers because you just run out of room. Because he's only done he's done a lot, but like
Let's do Kathleen Kennedy.
I'll take you up on it.
No,
But she's not been a director, she's a producer.
Oh. Shut the fuck up. I didn't really want to do it.
So angry.
I know. So
Hey, we could do top 10 things Kathleen Kennedy's ruined.
what if even South Park at this point? What if we did? All right. So looking at, I got a couple on my hit list here. Kevin Smith.
Top 10 Kevin Smith things we like?
Yes.
Okay.
Or we talked about Tarantino, him directing. Now that's a different conversation because his directing.
But in our mindset,
Go ahead.
is there anything we really don't like by Quentin Tarantino? I mean, is there anything that we're going to be like, no, that sucked?
It would more just be ranking his movies, I think, than anything for that video, right?
Nah, but I think that'd be easy. I think that'd be cheap.
You keep setting me up, buddy.
What do you mean I'm setting you up on what? What about we could do Nolan movies?
Yeah, that's twice. Guy Ritchie.
Oh, you do Guy Ritchie movies.
Yeah. Even that one he did with Madonna in the hotel room.
Yeah, that one.
Carpenter movies.
Well, we could do Carpenter. We could do Wes Craven. We could do.
Yep.
We
could rank our top 10 Bond movies.
What's his name that did Shawshank? Frank. What's his name?
Darabont.
Yeah.
Didn't think I know that.
No,
I did.
But his list is very small too. So like I think we should take somebody like Scorsese, Spielberg, Eve McTiernan.
Shane Black.
Well, you could do what Shane Black's written. Top 10 Shane Black screenplays. Not really directing because The Predator was horseshit, but
or we could just talk about
Tony Scott.
What?
What the?
Michael Jai White movies.
We could follow the trend of the internet and talk about Steven Seagal movies.
Is that a thing right now?
Oh yeah, the world loves to hate on Steven Seagal.
Well,
And it gets views because he's such a fucking piece of shit.
well, I mean, it's science. So,
it's science.
but have you watched the trailer for Michael Jai White's The Outlaw Johnny Black?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
But-
you got homework.
But Michael J. White's he's a legitimate. I'm not saying anything on his acting capabilities, but he's a legitimate martial artist.
He's a legitimate badass. Yeah.
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 He was in that Black Friday movie I haven't watched yet with Bruce Campbell and Devin Sawa.
Oh, the one I bought or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked delightfully horrible.
Yeah. Is it? Have you watched it?
No, it's on my Kale needs to watch list.
Why do you keep doing that?
No clue. No. I saw the list of who was in it: Devin Sawa, Bruce Campbell, Michael J. White. I was like, I'm buying that. That looks great. And
I haven't watched Bubba Hotep either, or whatever the one.
That one's phenomenal. That one.
I haven't watched that yet. I keep trying to. I want to watch it, and I get voted out.
I've got a bunch of those types of movie. Have you watched? She's deaf. Have you watched? You said it.
Even fucking Anne Frank could see that.
Brawl in Cell Block 99 with Vincent Vaughn.
No, I haven't seen that.
Dude, I watched it recently on. It was recommended to me, and it is brutal. I recommend.
We just watched. Apparently, when I looked up some kind of research, they're supposedly trying to make a sequel to it, but we just recently watched a review of 28 weeks later.
They're doing like 28 years later.
Yeah, but like I think that's a misprint. I hope it's a misprint.
I don't know.
But I would love to see a sequel to it. But 28 years?
Yeah.
I mean, like it goes days, weeks, and all of a sudden your years should be 28 months later.
And then,
huh?
And then years?
Well, then years.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
To jump to years. But I mean, I've heard rumors of it, and Danny Boyle's attached.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, well, it should be 28 months.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Love. But see, Danny Boyle didn't do 28 weeks later. It was some other guy. But.
Well, so look up 2 movies this weekend for me.
Okay.
Outlaw Johnny Black and Brawl in Cell Block 99. 2 vastly different genres of movie.
Okay.
Outlaw Johnny Black is the Western version of Black Dynamite. Just a Western version of it. Absolutely. And then Brawl in Cell Block 99 is a slow burn. Like, holy crap, I didn't see that movie coming. But shot it with S. Salier, Zahler. I butchered that, but also stars Jennifer Carpenter and Don Johnson. Dude, it is good, but when I say it's brutal, I cannot. It's the same guy that did Bone Tomahawk, so
okay,
same director. So be prepared. You and I have talked about Bone Tomahawk.
Oh yeah,
I did finally watch it, and that scene stays with you.
It does.
Yeah, it's got some staying power.
Yep.
That movie's got some staying power. And Cell Block 99 is very much in the same vein. You don't get that image burned into your retinas, but the message is very similar, just in a different setting, obviously. So check it out.
God dang it! What the hell was that movie? We just recently. I thought we were rewatching the 30 Days a Night, but apparently Shannon had
never seen it.
Either that or she had not seen the ending.
Oh,
And so her and Taylor, Taylor, I just let her embrace all this horror stuff because I'm like, it's better for you to watch it and not be afraid of it than
yeah.
to like, grow up being
How
a
old is Taylor?
pussy. But what?
How old is she?
She's 10.
A little young. Okay.
But anyway, we were watching 30 Days a Night.
Yeah. Scared the shit out of her, didn't it?
No, just the jump scares. Like the concept wasn't scary to her. It's just
Okay.
like jump scares. And
Yeah.
that's Hollywood now.
Yeah.
Which 30 Days a Night was like kind of the last of that breed that actually had good storytelling because
Yeah.
it's based off of an IP.
Right.
But so they get to the end, and I'm sitting there and I've seen it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And it gets to the end with Josh Hartnett turning to ash and stuff, and the music playing. It's very dramatic and it's very emotional. And at this point, they've just been like thinking they've been watching a vampire movie. And then all this realization comes in. And both of them started crying. And I loved it.
Yeah.
I looked over at them.
They're bawling.
They're bawling.
That's great.
Taylor's like, why did he have to die? But like she didn't put, just like in the movie,
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett didn't put together that he goes, okay, you guys are all safe. And like his woman is like, yeah, but daylight's coming. Like they were so enthralled in the movie what he was doing that they didn't think about it either.
Right.
Like that he's gonna die now.
Right. He knew
So
exactly what was coming.
He did, but he didn't. You know,
Right.
so
Not in the moment, but once the
Yeah.
deed was done, he knew what time it was.
and so when they went up and watched the sunrise together, yeah, they were both just puddles. They
Yeah.
were
That's funny. So Scarlett watched that recently too, maybe 2 years ago now. But she, to this day, she's like, that was the scariest movie I've ever watched. And she's watched a ton of horror
really?
movies now. Yeah, she's watched all the Screams, all the Friday the 13th, Nightmares on Elm Streets, Halloween's. She's
Yeah,
like,
it's weird because like there's nothing really like. Yes, they're creepy. There's creepy elements.
Yeah.
To it and stuff, but like, I mean, compared to other stuff, I guess I wouldn't put it up. Me myself, I wouldn't put it up in that
Yeah.
like scary category.
You know what it was though? It was
It was
Guy.
what's that?
Our guy in it. What's his name?
Ben Foster.
Ben Foster.
Yeah.
He was just so creepy.
Coming to get me.
Yeah. He nails that part, man.
Oh,
and
he
then
does.
those Russian-esque vampires. Right. Whatever language that is. But
That's Danny Houston. He played William Stryker.
Yep. Wolverine.
X-Men Origins. Yep.
Yep.
He was also in Game Night.
Oh, he
We
was.
just watched that the other night. Yeah,
I
he
love
was
that movie.
he was the underground guy. He was like, "Who are you?" He's standing with that.
She shoots him, and he's biting the squeaky toy.
Oh yeah, she pours the wine or the whatever.
Oh, that stings.
Yeah,
He's
wait. And then she's digging out. She cuts his arm. She's like, "That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of blood." And then they're just like, "Oh, hey, what's this?" And he goes, "The bullet went through his arm. Like it wasn't even there to begin with." So they're like, she's digging apart his arm just for nothing because the bullet's gone. We just watched that the other night. Oh my god!
But yeah, no, she loved that one. We watched it again, and we watched the sequel too. And she's like, "Yeah, this one's crap." I was like, "Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you get that a lot with horror sequels."
Yeah.
But the first one, she's like, "That one holds a place, Dad. That was up there."
Oh yeah.
And then we recently went and watched Lost Boys because I was like, "This is a vampire movie. Like this is it."
Yeah. Well, we're actually finishing. I don't know if we're going to do it tonight, but Dawn of the Dead, the Zack Snyder one. And Taylor's like, we started it, me and Shannon. We were just sitting there laying on the couch. Taylor was going to go to bed, or she was going to go in her room and do something, just whatever. And she had to come back for her charger for her iPad. And all of a sudden, she's just sitting there by the recliner chair. She stood there for like 15 minutes, like just standing up, watching Dawn of the Dead, and like
just enthralled in it.
She's like, "What is this, Dad? Is this vampires or something?" Like, it's zombies. And so she's like, put everything down. She just sat in the recliner and just watched.
Yeah.
And not like I want my daughter to be enthralled by horror movies or be like desensitized, but I'm like, when it's something like that catches in, either for one, it's really good storytelling.
Yeah.
Good visual, and like you could be like, oh, it's just the blood and gore or whatever. But I'm like, Taylor, she's not. She wants something to tell her something, It's like in the descriptions and the examples we're using are very good storytelling.
Yeah. And again, it's not,
it's not spelled out for you, and it's not shoving anything in your face. You have to figure out what's going on at the same time as the characters are. And that's what enthralling storytelling is,
Right.
So 30 Days a Night is a perfect example.
Right. We watched the Scream trilogy, or not trilogy now, it's 6 deep now. And the girls loved it. And Jolene latched onto that one. She loves Ghostface and the lore behind it and figuring out the mystery of it and how it's all connected and how they keep bringing stuff back in and trying to rework each one so that it's different. And we've talked about where they went wrong and, the third movie and how they could have made that better. And, why the fuck did they give her that haircut? Poor Courtney Cox.
Right.
But, and then you get to the fourth movie and they bring out, some great characters and then nothing for almost a decade. And then they kind of revived the IP with 5 and 6, and then they rush it. And now they're having issues again with 7 because they're trying to shove stuff down people's throat again. So we'll see.
And that's kind of like, not to go off on a tangent here, but I love that my daughter likes to watch some of these things because this was before all this whatever movement.
Right.
And like even 30 Days a Night, there's both counterparts, there's a strong female and a strong male, you know. And Dawn of the Dead, there's both parties involved. That was what good story writing was, good character development. And I love her watching these things, so like she grasps on what sacrificing for like the greater good is. That heroism, that no, doesn't matter what it is, that heroism is instilled is a virtue. It's instilled in you might not have it, you might or might not have it.
Man, woman, no matter what it
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if the story's good,
that's what matters.
And you believe, you believe in what this person's doing.
If you believe that they believe they're virtuous, that's
those morals and those structure of
sacrificing
for the greater good and stuff like that. And like 30 Days a Night, he did what he had to do to save the one he loved, you know. And Dawn Dead's the same way, and so like even though they're horror movies, it's like she learns these. She's taking in these things of it, like, okay, especially since she's so enthralled in it, that she's like, hopefully she sees that, this is what people do, no matter what sex you are. This is what people do for the people that they love. These are the morals and the structure,
Yeah.
protect people and take care of people that are weaker and less fortunate, or that you have to sacrifice yourself so they live, And so I hope that, even though it's like, oh yeah, it's bloody vampire movies and shit like that, I'm hoping like she's retaining that stuff as like, like a life structure type of
I'm
thing.
sure she will, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, I hope she does. So. But anyway.
Good talk. Brought to you by
Old
Wisconsin.
Old Swill.
Ice House, North Carolina.
Yep.
All right, good talk. So we'll do a director.
Yeah, you text me which director you want.
I gave you options. You tell me. I don't care.
We don't have to decide right now.
I know.
We can talk about.
Yeah.
You want me to make a decision right now?
No, I don't care. Literally don't care.
Let's do Scorsese.
Oh, fine. Look at my arm.
But we have to exclude his new one.
No exclusions. Don't tell me what to do.
Unless you're buying it.
I don't know. Which one?
The one with DiCaprio and De Niro.
How do you spell his name?
Scorsese. Just type in Martin. You'll come up.
That's not the right Martin.
He's got a lot of good movies. I mean, Goodfellas, Gangs of New York, Shutter Island, The Aviator.
Well, yeah, and that's the speaking of Scorsese. He said there might be time for one more with Mr. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's been the rumor mill, as you could call
it. But he's a hell of a director. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love almost everything that Martin Scorsese does and touches. But yeah, maybe we'll go ahead and rank them. Then we'll scour through and in our opinions, we'll see what the top 10 Scorsese films are. In our opinion. Scorsese. Locked and loaded. All right. Well, till next time.
Well, I'm using in the basement.
Love yous.
Oh yeah, love your faces, Bones.
Puts the lotion on its skin.
Or it gets the hose again. You gotta ask what his EJ is. You can't afford it.
If you ask what it is, you can't afford it.
Good night, everybody.